And then I figure out another way. It's impossible, I do this shit the other day. Doing whatever it takes to get the win, I don't like. It doesn't matter. Nobody gives a fuck. Yeah, it's one of those things.
Call me the hero, the real estate hero. Y'all heard? Call me the real estate hero, the people's champ. These people talking about they about the people, but they taking from the people. They using their platforms to allow their platform to be misled and scam to their followers. Anybody that allows their platform to be used to take advantage of the same people that support them is not about you. Just understand that. Anybody that uses their platform or allows people to use their platform to steal from you is not about you in the least bit. Understand, this shit is all about a money grab for these people. They don't give a fuck about you. And I'm bringing smoke to all these niggas. I'm bringing smoke to all these niggas, man. I'm bringing smoke to all these niggas. Nigga get online and want to sit there and try to put on the politically correct answers and all that shit. Nigga, ain't nobody goddamn going to just give a nigga a platform and sit side by side with a nigga unless they either getting money from him or they got some type of business arrangement with him. But it ain't no way that you gonna give a motherfucker your platform, you gonna put millions of dollars in front of, millions of followers in front of somebody, co-sign somebody over and over again if you didn't get some type of financial gain from it. Ain't nobody promoting no shit. If anybody that know what a brand is like, you not promoting no nigga to your brand unless you getting some type of value out of it. You getting money, you getting something. I'm scamming too. Laced by pretty face. Hey bitch, can you tell me how I'm scamming? See, y'all, bitch, tell me how I'm scamming. I'm gonna send you a live request. If you can bring your receipts, I guarantee you, nigga, you can call me out, but you gotta bring the facts. That's the one thing about me. I'm a real nigga. I address anybody that call me out. But now, bitch, you gotta damn back what you say. Bring evidence that proves that I'm scamming somebody. Bring the accusations. Where the people at? See, you little funky stank pussy motherfuckers like to talk and run your motherfucking mouth, putting smut on people's name. That's the definition of slander, defamation. You funky bitch. That's the definition of slander and defamation. You funky bitch. Now I want you to come. I done sent you a live request. I'm giving you an opportunity to put me on blast and expose me. See, that's the difference. Expose me, motherfucker. I done called out about 8 niggas, 9 niggas, and ain't nobody exposed me yet. So I want you bitch ass niggas to expose me. You done ran your motherfucking mouth, bitch. Now I want you to bring the receipts, bring the documents, and tell how I scammed any goddamn body. Huh? I want you to bring that shit on me. See, the one thing about it, I don't duck no smoke. Now tell me, you funky bitch. Since you want to put that shit in the comments and put smut on my name, I'm going to disrespect and violate your motherfucking stinking ass, you broke hoe. Now tell me where the fuck the facts at. That's what I want you to do. I done called out Jay, I done called out Max, I done called out him 500, I done called out Big Business, who else I done called? I done called out Envy and Caesar, I done called out Charleston, I done called out Tasha K, I done called out every motherfucking body, and I ain't had a motherfucker put a scam on me yet. I ain't had a motherfucker put a scam on me yet. And I done called out all the big dogs. I done called out everybody that y'all clout chase off and suck dick on. I done called out Wallow and Gilly. I done called out every motherfucking body. Why ain't nobody putting no receipts on me yet? They all been real motherfucking quiet, nigga. Where the receipts at? I want a motherfucker. I done called out and been into it with everybody. Now I want you to tell me where the fuck they at when they say that shit. When you put that smut on a nigga name, you slander, defame my name, where the fuck is the proof at? See, that's when y'all bitches get quiet. I'll wait. I send you another live request before I block your funky ass, laced with pretty face, you stinking bitch. Play my fucking name. Now she declining live requests. Yeah, cam up, bitch. You running your mouth, cam up. Don't decline. You want to say shit, now back it. Yeah, see, that's the difference between me and these other niggas, boy. You can't play that scammy shit on me. I don't play that fuck shit. Fuck wrong with you? I got real people. I got real testimonials. I got real success stories. I got real people making the bag. Not one scam accusation. Let's talk about it. I got thousands of motherfuckers. I've been waiting on a day like this to be able to brag on myself. I've been waiting on a day for a motherfucker to play with TonyTheCloser so I can brag on myself. I've been waiting to pop my shit on you bitch ass niggas. See, because while these niggas was out here doing all these conferences and events and doing all these photo ops, I was really putting in the work, really getting people paid. I was really educating people, really doing the real work, really putting our people in a position to really grow, really putting our people in a position to have real knowledge to build generational wealth. That's the difference between me and these fake ass niggas. These niggas was really stealing the whole time. Stealing like a motherfucker. Millions of dollars from the black community in the biggest boom in fucking history. The biggest boom and bubble in history. These niggas is stealing millions of dollars from black. They talking about generational wealth. They done stole it. They stole that shit like a motherfucker. Them niggas stole generational wealth from so many people. They fucked up people's lives. They got people out here goddamn killing their family members and themselves. They got people out here contemplating suicide, going through depression, losing their properties, going through fucking repossessions and foreclosures. They got people losing everything. Somebody said that's why they only deal with white people stealing money too, nigga. Y'all some stupid bitches. The white people stealing money too. They just start copying what the white people do. These niggas just said, hey, I'm gonna talk shit about the white people and then do exactly what the white people do. That's what these niggas did. DJ Envy talked all that shit about fortune builders and everything else. Talking about all these conference and gurus and everything else, and then he got his homeboy out here stealing millions of dollars. Man, how you let your homeboy use your platform to motherfucking take millions of dollars from people? You can't play innocent, nigga, because you knew about it. You know how I know you knew about it? Because you said that the motherfucking people already done hit you up with lawsuits and shit. You said nothing. You alerted nobody. Yeah, I know I make y'all niggas mad because I tell the truth like a motherfucker. There ain't shit they can do about it. Ain't the motherfucking thing they can do about it. And then when you try to play me, you talk that shit, nigga, all I'm gonna do is get louder. Hey, look, when you fuck with me, nigga, all I do is get louder. I get more and more powerful when you niggas fuck with me. Zone, nigga. I done got in the shake too, so if one of you niggas want to pull up and fight, nigga, we can fight too. I beat you the fuck up and whatever. Like all that. I want whatever you want to do. But y'all gonna stop stealing from these people and thinking that shit cool. See, the credit dude and all them niggas, man, they taking that mental abuse, nigga. They don't want to fuck up their relationship. They goddamn, nigga, I don't give a fuck about a relationship. Nigga, fuck y'all niggas. Stealing ass niggas. Check on these niggas. I'm putting niggas out of business when I get done. I promise you that. I'm putting niggas fuck out of business, man. I know I make them niggas mad because I'm so fucking good. And they just want to be able to say something, anything. Goddamn, they like, man, where Whack 100 at? They like, somebody call Whack. That's the only nigga I know that said something to Tony. Oh, go call that nigga too. You can meet them Jones in here. I ain't even been on live for 20 minutes, you dickhead. Who can we trust? This nigga right here, the real estate hero. They call me the voice. Like this. F100 never took from nobody his cell phone. That nigga's crazy. I know I be getting on these niggas' nerves. I don't give a fuck. I've been out here popping it for real. Your mother's a scammer, you bitch ass nigga. To my all y'all niggas scammers. Who is this? This nigga Drew? Niggas be like, man, this nigga closer coming here, nigga. I was trying to scam him motherfucking piece, and this nigga out here fucking with me. You know what I'm saying? Like, we. Oh, man. Yeah, I'm putting cases on all these bitches. Hey, broke nigga, what you said I was scamming?
I'm saying all the niggas scammers. Damn, Tony, calm down, man. You ready to go off already?
Yeah, I'm ready to go off, nigga. The minute that you try to group me with any nigga that's scamming, nigga, I want smoke.
No, I said all the niggas scammers.
Oh,
If
all
you,
them niggas scamming. Okay.
Yeah, if you put yourself in there, then that's for you, Tony.
Okay. I'm in fight mode. My bad, my nigga. You want to talk about me, my? Hey, look, I can say my bad. You feel me?
I know you've been working out. You ready to fight some shit? Goddamn, calm down.
Nigga, I just came out the gym. The pre-workout done kicked in, nigga. I'm in this bitch hype, nigga. What's up?
Goddamn, hey, I got the pay for you to check out though, man. It's a phenom 5-year.
Nigga, fix your Wi-Fi first. We can't even hear you.
I got a phenom. I need you to check out. To check his page out.
You said a phenom.
He's a 5-year-old basketball player from Kentucky, man. Check him out. I think you will like his page.
Send me a DM with it.
I appreciate it, man.
All right, you know. Yeah, I'm in this bitch right now, nigga. Y'all know hey, shit, nigga. I'm here head on, nigga. Pre-workout done kicked in. Any nigga that got done workout, you know, once that pre-workout kicked in, niggas go. Shit, I'm gonna be up to about 4 o'clock. Shit. Yeah, he called it straight out. Hey, look, that's why I had to goddamn take it back. Hey, my nigga, I wasn't even meaning that for you to take it back. I'm honest. Why didn't I answer your DM? Because I probably have like 3,000 DMs right now. Like, I can't possibly respond to everyone right away. I ain't talk about the trucking scammers. I ain't even got there yet. Shit, nigga, I'm still handling the real estate niggas. I can't get everybody all at once. Hey, listen, I ain't even really. When I tell y'all, when I really go in, your mind's gonna be blown because I got so much shit, dog. These niggas is nervous as a motherfucker. You said, what Wallow and Gilly do? A whole lot. Shit, hey, look, I was on Clubhouse talk to the nigga Whack today. He trying to set up a Clubhouse room so we can talk about it, so y'all niggas can hear it. How do you get access to Corona Proof? You gotta buy it. If you bought it, then it should be in your email. We smoking on that scammer pack for shit show. My nigga Champagne E, where you at? I see you. Birdo, what up, nigga? I see my people in here, man.
Yo.
What's up, my nigga?
Yo.
Where'd you sleep?
Nah, I'm just laying down in the bed for a second. Give me a second. Let me turn on the light. Hold on. Yo.
Nigga using it knocked out, wasn't it?
Nah, listen, man. Between all this scamming shit and taking care of my students, I had to take a little nap.
Yeah, I had to take one earlier, bro. That shit, I said, this shit actually get nigga tired. This shit it's like a second workout.
Hell yeah. Then I got to get ready to go to the gym at like 2 o'clock. But you know the funny thing, I put up a post earlier where I was talking about, yo, man, I've been making content like this now for 5 years, talking about Umar, Polite, Jay, Young Pharaoh, et cetera, et cetera. This is before the whole financial literacy stuff even started popping off. And it's so funny to sit back and now all of this stuff that I've been saying for years, it's finally starting to come to light. And everyone called me a coon, an agent, a self-hating black man, a Sambo, you know, all of these different things. And then now here we are, 4 years later, 5 years later, and everything that I said is starting to come out. All of the receipts, all of the wire transfers, the bank records. And it's like, you can swap out Brother Polite, put big business in there. It's the same MO. They call you king, they call you bro, they call you sis. You put your trust in them, you put your faith in them. They tell you they can do this, they can do that. You give them the money, and they don't deliver nothing. Here we are now. Umar been collecting money for a school for over a decade. He doesn't have a school. He has 2 abandoned buildings. Millions of dollars have been given to this man. He's misappropriated millions of dollars. No accountability, no transparency. You don't know how much money he's received. You don't know where that money's went. There's no type of transparency into how every dollar is being spent. There's no team. There's no board. It's just give me donations for school. Here we are now, still no school. Look at Jay with the real estate fund. Give me money. I'm going to start a pro-black fund for the people. Gave them millions of dollars. Lack of transparency, lack of understanding how the fund works. Now your money's stuck in the fund. Now you can't get your redemptions out. It's the same pattern. It's the same play over and over again. So when they sit here and tell you to run the play, the reality is they're running a play on you. And it's the same thing over and over again. And then now when someone like myself or Tony comes out and we call out the lack of transparency, we call out the lack of professionalism, y'all call us a hater, y'all call us coons, y'all say that we're trying to sabotage people, but you never say to yourself, these very black men are attacking you. And I said this earlier, and people said, damn, I never thought of it that way. Everyone's blowing up my DMs right now, asking me this question like, where did Umar, where did Polite, where did Jay, where did Big Business, where did Caesar, where did all these people come from? See, you never ask them, you call me an agent, you call Tony an agent, but you never say, you can Google me and see, I played college ball, I was nationally ranked. You can look up Tony. Tony played football in the NFL. You can look at our track records of who we are. These people are using aliases. You don't know who the fuck these people are, where the fuck they come from, what their background's truly in. All you know is that they can talk a good game, and you'll sit up here and you'll follow them to the end. And this is exactly why the community is in the condition that it's in, because you do not vet your people. You don't vet your information. You don't vet the platforms. You just simply say he's talking pro-black, then he's for the people.
Man, I've been loving my DMs, bro, because the exposure is on another level right now. And the reality is you hit it dead on the head, man. Like a lot of these guys, you don't know what their real name is, where they came from. You hear these stories that are, you know, I turned X amount into an outrageous amount, but everything is in common is like it's some type of I came from the street and now I'm doing some positive shit and you should spend money with me.
Yep.
And that's where, you know, that's where a lot of people fall in victim. There's a lot of people, bro. It's a lot of money. Hey, my DMs is crazy. DMs
bro,
are
if
crazy.
you combine him, Jay, Big Business, Caesar, If you combine all these people, you're easily talking about over $100 million. Easily talking about $100 million. And this is in the middle of a bull market of a bubble, and these people lost money. See, this is why I be saying to myself, these people got to be connected to some type of an agency or feds, because where is the money going? See, when you ask yourself this logical question, if you gave a person $1 million and the check is bouncing for 11,000, where the fuck did the money go? And see, this is why I be trying to say to you, these people got to be a part of those agencies, because there's no way that the money can just go missing.
I had a couple people in my DM telling some, man, y'all all at the black people, but you ain't got no energy for the white boys. So I said, man, get your bitch ass out of my DM. I hate you niggas.
Yo, bro, you go to my YouTube channel. I done spoke about Trump. I done spoke about Grant Cardone. I done spoke about the guy Alex Saunders. I speak about anyone. If you're coming to me with pertinent information, with detailed information, with wire transactions, if you got video clips, I'm going to talk about it. Why? Because we're talking about financial literacy, and what better way to teach than to highlight financial misdeeds? See, everyone likes to talk about financial literacy, yet notice that no one who supported the Tulsa Real Estate Fund are actually reviewing the numbers, right? All of these people who told you to invest in the first Black Crowd Fund, why no one's looking at the numbers, right? Why are none of these black platforms that talk about financial literacy, why are they not engaging in the numbers? Because see, in the white community, you have something known as an earnings call every quarter. Tesla, right? General Motors, any publicly traded company, guess what they do? They have analysts who sit down who critique the numbers. Why is no one in the black community critiquing the numbers? When people said they want to start a school for black boys, why is no one sitting down and looking at the numbers and comparing this black school to other black schools? See, no one wants to sit down and actually listen to the details and go down and look and say, hold on, the shit that Umar's saying doesn't make sense. He's been collecting money for a school since 2012. Where's all that money going? Where's the actual breakdown of how much money you've taken in and how much money you've spent? How much money are you spending on labor? How much money are you spending on materials? How much does it cost to upkeep the school? See, you don't ask those questions. You know why? Because he says things that makes you feel well and makes you feel good. That's the reality. That's the reality. Because see, if you sat down and you actually looked at the numbers, you would say, that shit don't make sense. That shit that big business is saying don't make sense. That shit that Caesar's selling doesn't make sense. And see, these larger platforms, they know that this shit don't make sense, but they know that this is good for business. So they'll stand next to a motherfucker. You know, how many times have Tony caught motherfuckers out here standing next to a motherfucker because shit was sweet, and as soon as they got scammed or business didn't go good for them, now they want to come out and speak up. Look at Isaac. Isaac did the same thing with Jay. He was the protege. He was a new up-and-coming protege, millionaire student. Then came out and said, nope, nothing that Jay was saying is true. Hard did the same thing. As long as he was benefiting from big business, everything was great. Didn't say nothing. Soon as big business fucked him over, now all of a sudden he want to speak out. DJ Envy, same shit, right? He's standing next to him. Everything's going great until it's not going great. It's the same fucking pattern. And when you go eventually say, you know what? This motherfucker Tony and Eli know what the fuck they talking about. Y'all won't do that. That's the right thing to do. That's too righteous. There are plenty of legitimate black businessmen. Will Roundtree's a legitimate businessman. The Credit Dude's a legitimate businessman. Tony's a legitimate business. There's plenty of people out here that sell courses, that educate, that teach. The problem is because we don't have a gimmick behind us, you don't support it. See, that's part of the problem. Most of you motherfuckers, because you have low IQs, you support goofy, dumb shit. So a motherfucker got to put on the dashiki, he got to put on the ankh, he got to come up here with some secret science for you to be like, oh yeah, he dropping knowledge. Oh, let me show you how you can write off a party for free. I got to come to you with some goofy, dumb shit all the time to get your attention. Instead of you sitting down and just start with the basics. Get a basic business first. Make some basic money first. And then elevate to all of that extra shit. I'm funny. No, man, I've been doing this shit for so long. It gets to the point, it gets draining and it gets stressful because it's like, yo, you know how many people are coming on here saying, oh man, y'all niggas are chatty patties. You know what I'm saying? Where's the proof at? Where's the evidence? And here we are now. We got evidence up to motherfucking here. And now you're like, oh, wow, now I believe you.
Yo, what's up? Hey, what's up, Tony, Eli, man? Hey, much respect to y'all, man. Tony, I've been following you for a minute, man. And, man, bro, it's so funny to me how all these people who have income or money, why are they coming to you guys for resolutions, but yet they talk all this stuff, they do all this, but they're looking for you guys for help. And then when you guys voice for them, then they speak louder. You know, it's amazing me how people, I'm 44 years old, and I ain't got a lot, man, as far as, I did a little bit of real estate, but I've listened to people come on here and they just talk and saying, what has happened and this and that. But I'm like, how can y'all have brains to function and do certain things on certain levels, but then come to another man, another grown man, and cry to them about problems for you guys to help resolve? People are a bunch of weak weasels, no brain, no backbone, especially men today. Men are so weak, it's unbelievable. But yet they holler from the streets. Yet they holler, I got money. Yet they holler, I got education. But they come to other men to solve resolution. Man, hey, much respect to y'all. I'm just so tired of everybody coming on here crying, especially men. Bunch of pussies, man. I'm sorry, bro. But much respect to y'all, man. I just had to get on and say much respect to y'all. But all y'all coming on here.
Let me touch on that. I think it's important to understand, you know, we've got like a thing in our community where when people victimize us in any capacity, it's embarrassing. When you lose money to somebody, it's embarrassing. It's humiliating. No matter how tough you are, no matter how street you are, no matter how manly you are, there's still that level of embarrassment. There's still that level of, man, I can't believe it happened to me, because all of us want to believe that it won't happen to us, right? But when you look at people that we have followed and supported that have huge likeness, they have celebrity likeness, they have the impression that they can help us get to the finish line. And that's the most important piece, because when you got to understand something, when you get in a position like this, like the position I'm in, the position Eli's in, you have to honor your position, because people are trusting that you're going to do what you say that you're going to do. And when we get into these situations, right, and these people are so powerful, they're so big, people don't want to admit that they've been finessed by somebody that they supported and loved and admired and looked up to. So it's a little bit different. So imagine somebody that you really looked up to, somebody that you really was inspired by. And this is a person that you say, hey, I can model myself, and I can see that person helping me get to building generational wealth. Now, you finally do business with this person, and you find out that everything that you've now seen is absolute bullshit, and they're now taking advantage of you. See, the reality is that it's not about them being a weak man, but it's about the disbelief and the hurt that you feel when there's somebody that you trusted, somebody that you made yourself, man, one of the guys that got taken advantage of, this dude was motherfucking on his deathbed. He got a $3 million lawsuit that he won based off, you know, a medical malpractice lawsuit. Listen to this crazy part. So I go to a person I'm looking up to get game and say, hey, listen, I don't want to fuck up this money and the nigga steal my money from me. How would that make you feel? It's not that you weak. You just got played off on somebody. What you want a nigga just to go crash out, go kill a nigga? Like, if these platforms are so big, somebody with 100 followers, who's going to believe them? Who's going to believe the person that has a couple hundred followers? Even if they make noise, nobody's going to see it.
So, I totally agree. So what I was just saying in general is like, so a lot of people are now screaming and coming on you guys for resolution and for help when they have the resources, the knowledge, and the brain fortitude to go and open up a case, go talk to a lawyer. You can do the same thing, but you need another man to speak for you, man. That's all I'm just saying. Like, I mean, I hear what you're saying, and it's definitely understood. But I'm like, come on, guys, man. Like, you know, oh man, you know, you're putting this money up out of risk, but you're not taking a educated risk. You're doing it out of trust, love, and that's fine. But at the end of the day, is come on, man. We're talking about money. We're talking about tens and hundreds of thousands of dollars. There has to be some level of, you know, understanding in your mind that you know that this is not a risk. This is an educated risk based on I don't care how much I know, like, or trust this guy. This is business here. But then when they do get sour or you do get slammed, now you want to speak on it or at least want to jump and bark back on you guys' platform. Go to whoever big business and all these people. Go to them and tell them what's good. You ain't gonna do it.
How can they do that when he's not answering? How can they do that when he's not answering the phone and he's blocking them on Instagram?
But to me, a lot of these people like seem like they kind of like know these people personally. You know where he live at. You got his phone number. Go knock on that nigga door and say what's good. Or don't even do that. Get your lawyer. Have everything ready to go to war.
Lawyers and sue them too. So all these points that you're making are invalid. People have pulled up to him in person. People have went and got attorneys. People have voiced their frustration. People have made pages talking about it. But guess what? If you're getting blocked and all that other shit, then guess what? Like my issue with your perspective is I think that you're placing the blame on the person that's been victimized, and that's a problem. That's what predators hope for, right? Is that the victim says nothing. Or goes and gets picked on by other people for like this is the same shit that happens when women get raped. People blame them and say, hey, what did you do? Why did you have on those clothes? Why didn't you speak up? Why did you you're victim blaming? These people are suing. They have lost cases, but guess what? If he loses a case and there's a gag order, how do the other people find out that this man was actually scamming? The reality is that some of this stuff that you guys speak on, you got to get more information before you start speaking, because you're speaking with improper context, because all those things that you're saying have happened. People have pulled up on them, but how does that impact the other people that didn't pull up? How does it impact the people that are still sitting there keeping hope alive because they're getting strung along? Because a lot of these people getting say, hey, next month, and the next month. We watched Greg come on live and tell a woman that he's going to pay on the 1st. Today is the 25th, 26th now. She still ain't got her money. See, y'all be sitting here just saying shit just to say it like you feel like the people aren't doing their part. People are reaching out to them. People are making threats. People are pulling up to the house. People are suing. They are making noise. But when you come to a platform like mine that I actually have a big-ass platform and a big-ass voice, and now people going to see it, and now people have no choice but to respond, because you can't ignore it any longer. Because you can ignore somebody that got 1,000 followers. You can't ignore me. You can't ignore this type of shit right here because it's so many people that come with it. But you got to understand something.
And like I say,
it's not these people's fault.
It's not. You're right.
Trust you, like say me and you do business, and I give you 100,000. And you don't do what you say that you're supposed to do, that's on you, bro. You can't it's like you guys get mad at the person that trusted the person to do what they say they were supposed to do. How are we getting upset at the people that's been victimized when the niggas that stole, the niggas that did the bullshit are out here still stealing other people's money and acting like nothing happened? The energy is misdirected, bro. The energy is completely misdirected. How can we put all the energy into the people that's actually got finesse? Like we out here goddamn mad at the people that actually speaking up because they got finesse versus the people that's actually stealing from the people.
And that's why I'm commending you and Eli and everybody else that's calling people out, exposing them. I'm commending you. That's why I'm always looking, I'm always saying anything, but I'm like, to the people that's coming on here, to me, it seems like they're using you guys as a rah-rah man, like, yeah, Tony, go get him. I
want them
go get him.
Yes, exactly.
You use me.
And that's good.
They should.
But what I'm
they
saying,
should use me because you got to have a safe place to be able to express your concerns without people ridiculing you. You got to have a safe place. You got to have that. If you don't have that, bro, like these people can continue to do this. You heard Eli say it. If we just in the numbers and the shit that we've seen in these different people, man, you're talking about over $50+ million, man. Well over that. Easily.
I understand.
Easily, man.
And more importantly, these other platforms have made it very clear. I've even spoken to them in person. that they don't respect this type of content, and they're not going to talk about it. So it becomes a problem where you have individuals who are still running ads, still running marketing material, standing next to another individual that's high profile, so, which makes them look legit, but then now not coming out and distance himself from that individual. See, this is where the problem comes into play, because you know this person's doing bad business, you know they're being sued, but you'll still allow them to perpetrate out here like everything is fine. So this is why other platforms and people who have voices are needed, because understand, a DJ Envy stamp in most people's eyes means you're valid. A EYL stamp in most people's eyes means you're valid. They're not going to go and do a background check on you. They're not going to go and look at your customers. They're not going to go and look at your Better Business Bureau complaints. They're simply going to say, saw him on his podcast, he's legit. He got the Cuban, he's legit. So this is why it's important for other people who have voices, who have platforms, to go out here. Just as everyone promoted this person, you need people like me to critique these people. This is why I was saying before, entrepreneurship and business is not a game, and it's not a joke, it is not a toy. And see, what happens is you have a lot of people in the black power space who are preaching entrepreneurship like it's a liberation tool, like it's a political tool, like it's going to fix mass incarceration, or it's going to fix the generational wealth gap. And these are structural issues that your little LLC is not going to fix. But see, they're using these talking points as gimmicks to sell you inferior products in the marketplace. This is why it's important for us to really take a step back and understand. When you invest in real estate, you can lose it all. When you invest in the stock market, you can lose it all. This is not no get-rich-quick scheme, okay? You're not going to file no little LLC papers or no S-corp papers or run a Toro play and get rich. You can lose every motherfucking thing. And we got to be real with people and let them know.
So can I give a point? Can I give a point? Can I do it?
Dude, stand on what you said, dude. That's why I got on here. See, that's the problem. People like you. Because the little people who put their money up, I'm at work right now. I'm risking my job right now, bro. You don't understand. Like, Tony, Eli, I appreciate you, like, really and truly, for what you just said, Tony. Because it's people like him that get on here and don't know what they're talking about.
Why are you crying, though? It's all you about to cry, though, man. You okay?
I'm not crying, dude. Who's crying?
Oh, okay.
Who's crying?
Okay. You sound like it. But anyway.
You really don't understand.
I understand, though.
Stand on your fucking words, dude. You just came on here and said the little people that get fucked over are the ones that's the problem. How?
Well, listen,
how? If I
ain't called myself.
If I can't say nothing, if I can't talk to these people, how am I the problem? How?
See, this is emotional cat right here. So what I'm saying is,
hold on one second. Just turned into a crawfish, my nigga. You came on here and you said some shit, and now you backing up on it. Oh yeah, Tony, you right. You just said the little people that get fucked over are the problem because they come on here and they cry. What is he crying about? I just gave somebody.
I ain't calling nobody little people.
$100.
I would never call myself little, homie. I ain't no little person. You might be a little person.
Come on, man.
I'm not. I ain't saying about little people.
Stop it, bro.
Okay?
Stop it, bro.
So let me give my example. I ain't talking to you, first of all. I ain't talking to no goofy ass.
Hold on. Hey, fellas, hold on. Stop for a second. Hold on for a second, fellas. Like,
this man come up here crying.
Listen.
What you crying about?
Y'all say something. Hold on, real quick. Even though you and I have a difference of opinion, bro, I let you communicate, and I want to keep it respectful because we ain't gotta, like, sometimes it's emotion that's involved in this, and it's because people don't put their money up, and people like different perspectives. Bro, it's people like him that's the problem. Look at all that. We got 4 black men on here.
No, you the problem.
You are the problem. Hey, bro, let him speak.
You
the problem. Y'all can both speak y'all piece, bro. Come on.
Go ahead, brother. You done? Go ahead.
Say what you gotta say. Back up again. Back down again. Go ahead. Say what you gotta say.
So like I was saying, so I'll use my example. I have flipped about 4 houses doing wholesaling, and I've done it from following Max Maxwell, and then I start following you, Tony, because I seen you with your dad on the show. And I did this from self-educating myself on YouTube. And I go back to what I was saying in the beginning, like, okay, man, I like what Max doing. I like what Tony doing. Let me try to replicate them because they are doing it. And I did it from doing exactly what I've been shown from video to taking massive and perfect action, and I got results. And I did this from a thought process saying, I'm going to maybe risk or lose or fail, but I'm going to do it but I did not put my chips, or I did not put my trust into this person. I did it based on what I got informed on, and then I did my own self-execution, and then I did complete it. But as far as anybody else, I understand how people can just say, "Oh man, this person's hot. Let me give him everything." This person's the deal. You can do that, but at the same time, sit back, analyze, think for yourself, and say, "I like that, but let me also do my due diligence and say, let me do it myself." And that's all I'm saying. You know what I'm saying? When it comes to money, and when it comes to you putting money up, go all off and love on these people and trust them. But at the end of the day, trust yourself. And that's all I'm saying. People coming over here saying, Tony, Eli, they got me. And that's fine too, but it seems like you didn't really do your own due diligence. And that's all I'm saying, Slim. Talk your shit, bro.
Bro, you obviously lost. You know, there's two sides to everything. I mean, you sitting there, you saying about real estate. I got 3 rental properties.
Now you calm down. The first you crying, man.
Speak, bro. I let you speak,
okay.
Bro. I didn't say nothing. You know what I'm saying? I didn't say nothing. Respect me. I respected you. At the end of the day, it's two sides, bro. It's two sides. You're only as big as your environment lets you get. Do you understand that? Do you understand that part?
It's only big as what this lets you get, not your environment. This, brother.
Do you understand
Stop
that
putting
part?
environment and use your mind.
As big as your environment lets you get. Do you understand that part?
No.
You can't help where you come from. You can't help where you go.
Come on. This is your expansion, brother. I'm from Chicago. I was born
people.
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
And scam and do and say, I could turn 1,000 into 100,000 for you. I ain't never seen 100,000. So what you think I'm gonna do?
I don't know what you gonna do. You tell me, cause I'm not you. Tell me.
You saying you think for yourself. So what you think? So tell me what you gonna do. You just said you heard from Tony, you heard from Eli. That's how you got into the real estate business. So
I said I heard from Maxwell
behind Tony. What did Tony do? What do Eli?
Do? What he trade. I told you. I said Maxwell. Max Maxwell lived in North Carolina. This is where Tony was too. And I seen him on YouTube. And from them I got educated. But then I took my actions. And then I got results. That's all I'm just saying. Instead of me just saying, wow, this sounds good. This seems true. Here you go, guys.
So look, you guys aren't going to see eye to eye, but here's the biggest issue.
Yeah, because, you know,
hold on for a minute.
You talking about the big issue? Stand on it, man. I'll stand on everything I say.
Hold on. The biggest issue is that people who haven't been victimized don't understand perspective because it ain't happened to you yet. See, when it happened to you, then your whole situation changes. See, you know how many niggas
it has happened to me.
Happen to them? Like, bro, it happened all the time. Like, motherfuckers called me a hater until it
happens to me.
I was the biggest hater until shit started happening to those people. Now those people now change their whole perspective. So I just think that, like, for us to be sitting here in a situation where niggas is taking niggas' money and we get upset with the people that got victimized versus the niggas that stole is absolute ass backwards. There's no way, bro. There's no way that you can be. That's like me breaking in your house right now and me getting mad at you. You pull out a gun. Like, nigga, what? Like, how you upset at the people that got victimized? My nigga, you at the crib and these niggas that ran through your pockets, but you gonna get mad because you done jumped on the nigga and kicked his ass? Nah, bro, you can't get mad at the person that had to react because somebody did some bullshit.
I have much respect for anybody who fell short of their money and they are hurt, and I understand, I really do. But what I'm just saying, and I was saying in the beginning, my point is this: people are coming on here and they're looking for you to now speak for them and do for them, and that's fine. But at the end of the day, it's like you have to, man, take self-analyzation on yourself and understand at the end it's going to be you, regardless of how the outcome is going to be.
That's a very limited perspective to take, right? Because here's what you don't understand. So let's take for example one of the gentlemen that went out and successfully sued big business, or let's take Michael Levant, who successfully sued Jay Morrison and won. Here's what happens: the scammer makes you right. Okay, you stood up for yourself. You was a real one. You did the real thing. You did real man principles. You took him to court. You won. He pays you. Part of you getting paid is a settlement, is a gag order. So now you got your money back. Great. But you can't say that he scammed you or he did bad business by you. So now what he gets to do after making you right, he gets to go take his money, go pay a podcast, go pay a blog, and go promote himself as if he's the greatest real estate investor that's ever lived. Now, you know he's a bad real estate investor, but you can't speak about it. So see, this is why it's important to come on platforms like this and to voice what happened to you so that now we can warn other people. Because see, many of you don't understand how social media works, how marketing funnels works, how cross-pollinating different audiences works. Well, if you understood that, then you wouldn't be saying what you're saying right now. Because every single day, there are millions of new people who are coming onto the internet who don't know about these people, who are not as educated as you. And these individuals know how to go market and find them. See, they're not looking for you. See, this is part of the thing that you don't understand. They're not looking to market to someone like you. They're targeting the newbie who does not know any better, who doesn't know anything about real estate. And they're structuring their funnels and their businesses to attract those people into the funnel. So this is why it's important for platforms like this to get out here and speak out against that. We're not speaking for people like you. We're not speaking to people like you. We're speaking to the uneducated investor or the new investor who might be enticed to follow this platform or follow this real estate investor. See, here's one of the biggest problems we have in our community. We base everything in our life, or we base other people's experiences based on our experiences, based on our perspective. Your perspective is yours, but you have to now think about other people who may not be as knowledgeable and as experienced as you are. This is why it's important to come on here and voice it, because see, now I have people in my inbox saying, hey, I was about to go invest $50,000 with this dude. I was about to go invest $100,000 with this dude. I have people who are actually former NBA players saying, hey, I was about to donate $20,000 to this particular project. But because now they have new information that they didn't have before, now they're able to sit back now and balance out the information. This is why it's important. So it's not about just coming on here to complain. It's coming on here to inform. So that now for the new person, not you, but the new person who doesn't have the experience, now they can make an informed and intelligent decision.
In the same way, brother said, like, imagine Tony and Eli having the same outlook as you. Then what? Where you will be?
Like I say, man, at the end of the day, when I listen, at the end of the day, the information that Tony, Eli, and once again, I know Eli trades. I'm talking to real estate guys, Max Maxwell, who I mentioned, and TonyTheCloser, who I first seen back in 2018. I heard them, I seen them, I got educated, and then from there, I still took my action on my risk assessment based on, man, they told me to do this, I'm gonna do it, and then I'm also gonna make sure that I'm executing on it. So I'm gonna just really perform based on the information. Then from there, then I'm gonna handle any results that happens after, or anything that happens after that point. And my man's gone, but it's all, I appreciate you, man.
I appreciate you too, brother. Appreciate you too,
brother.
brother.
Much love to y'all, Tony, man. Keep on. But once again, thank y'all, man, for helping people still like me out, because, man, much respect to Tony, much respect to Eli, and anybody that's calling these scammers out. Thank you, bro. I really appreciate y'all, man.
Peace, bro.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, man. I was hoping bro was gonna be on when I was on here, cause he need his ass cooked, man. Like he on here talking that bullshit. Like, see, a lot of them guys, man. See, they think because like he just trying to use it as an opportunity to show like, oh, he's so smart. Like, see, when you deal with dudes that do business in the streets, like, for example, like if you coming from the streets and you trying to clean your money, okay, they're going to do something. They're going to participate in criminal activity because it's literally receipts. Like I can show I deposit this money in your bank account. So like if you do something, you know what I'm saying? It's different. Like if I gave a nigga, if I come to exchange, you know what I'm saying? I know in my mind, okay, you know what I'm saying? He could rob me. I need to be looking at all angles. You know what I'm saying? Like when we're talking about doing business on paper, you know what I'm saying? Like you're not even thinking, like, you may be thinking like, oh, I could lose money on a deal. You're not thinking, oh, he's going to run off with the principal when I literally have like a record of me giving him the money. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Like, it's like it's no way he's that dumb, because you're breaking the felony limit. You know what I'm saying? Like you're going to catch an F off this. So why would, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's like, you
But let me interrupt you, right?
for thinking that.
But here's why they run off with the principal, because they expect you to just take it on the chin and not actually follow through with the legal route. See, most of these scammers and schemers are banking on you trying to quote unquote live by these street principles while they're out here balling on the budget with your money.
Facts.
Yeah, like that. That's but shout out to the Tony, man, and Eli. I've seen you guys for a minute, man, and for real, I ain't even gonna hold you, Tony. When that stuff was happening with Jay, like I knew Jay was a scammer. Him 500, all them guys, you know, like I seen how they was just operating, and it was just like, I seen that you started going on your own. Like you started distancing yourself from them, because literally all of them, like all of the people that they was putting up on EYL, and you know what I'm saying, all them guys, them same guys that ran together that we talking about, they all came out to be scammers. But it's like, it had me thinking like, damn, you know, like all these, even what's the dude, Derek Grace, right? He did something about his books or whatever, so I just bought this shit trying to support him. I buy the book. This man putting 32-point font on a 80-page book. I'm like, come on, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? And charging $400, right? So I'm like, okay, you know, but I do, you know, I'm gonna just get Tony course, Eli, you know, a lot of the stuff that you put up, you know, I follow that stuff too, because I do researching on the crypto and all of that stuff, and investing and stuff like that. So, you know what I'm saying? But definitely, man, like, you know, just keep building on, you know, promoting yourself, because it got to be something where we can get the education for people to start, you know what I'm saying, getting into these fields, man, because like this type of stuff will make people not even want to mess with it. And then it's like, what type of message is that? You know what I'm saying? To say like, oh, you know, you did wrong by putting your money with black people. Well, so what kind of solution is that? You know what I'm saying? You saying don't put your money with black people? Is that's your answer? You know what I'm saying? These dudes,
I agree.
It's like they want to be so smart, but it's really dumb as hell. You know what I'm saying?
I
so
agree.
shout out to Tony and Eli, man. You know what I'm saying? Keep doing what you're doing, man. And keep, you know, looking out for the people. And definitely everybody too, like, get more educated. You know what I'm saying? Do your own research, man. Don't trust nobody. You know what I'm saying? Because like Tony said, them people in them the white collar criminals, you know what I'm saying, they more vicious. You know what I'm saying? So just, you know what I'm saying, get your research in. You know what I'm saying? And peace to y'all brothers, man.
Peace, brother. And one thing you always hear me say, man, you have to be able to research the researcher. If I come to you and I present information, I need to be able to cite the sources where I've acquired that information from. See, this is one of the biggest problems. You allow people to come to you and give you information and not cite any sources. The source is just, hey, it's me and I told you so. And what happens is that a lot of these people go on these podcasts and they purposely say controversial shit or shit that may sound like a play, even if it's illegal, just to go viral. See, the whole purpose of a person paying money to get on this podcast is to try to maximize the attention that they're going to get. So they will come on that podcast and say some shit that may be borderline illegal or flat out wrong just to go viral, because they want to make it seem like they know something that no one else knows. See, at the end of the day, I say this all the time. Like, I have motherfuckers coming saying, hey, what about setting up a trust and putting a straw man inside of the trust and hiding an LLC and an LLC? First, get a fucking business and make some motherfucking money. Before you start talking about how to hide money and move money and save money, first learn the basics. See, many of you want to start here instead of starting down here. Get a foundation, learn the fundamentals, learn the ABCs, and then you can move on to all the advanced stuff. But many of you trying to worry about all this extra stuff, and you broke, busting, and disgusting in your grandmother's basement. Shit just don't add up.
Bro dropped off. I thought he was about to say something.
Yeah. Yo, the comments, y'all funny in the comments, yo. Y'all funny as a motherfucker in those comments. God damn, y'all funny as a motherfucker. Tony, you muted. You muted, Tony.
I thought he was about to get his turn, man. That shit crazy.
Yeah, he just dropped off. Yo, y'all funny as a motherfucker. Yo.
Why Envy get mad at me because I said the nigga seminars is trash?
Because most of these seminars are.
Like, nigga, I went to that shit, man. That shit wasn't no information given in that bitch. Man, that shit was trash. I said, man, what is this shit? Nigga, I was telling the truth. There's a lot of niggas, though.
It's been a long day, brother. It's been a long day, man. My DMs is crazy, man. It's been a long day, man. It just gets, it's like, as we go deeper and deeper into this recession, as things get tighter and tighter and tighter, man, I have so many people, especially with the Airbnb Toro place and the funding place. I have so many people on my inbox, man. They down $80,000, $90,000, $100,000, and they ran these plays. And like you see right now, most of these plays were designed for you to fail. Funding is not money. Funding is debt. Funding is money that you have to pay back. It's the reason why the credit card companies want you to stay below 30% of your utilization, right? It's a reason why, right? It's a reason why you would not have been able to get that funding without lying on those applications. And now here we are. A lot of you don't have the income to sustain those payments, and you don't have the revenue coming in to sustain those payments. So, but this happens during every boom and bust cycle. We just witnessed another, and this is why it's important to know macroeconomics, man. I always tell people, one book I would recommend that everyone read. If anything you could take away from this, go and read the book, The Creature from Jekyll Island, right? By G. Edward Griffin. That's a great book to read.
Hey, where my what's your name? Another one.
Another one just came through?
Ooh, another one. Another one. Damn, boy, this shit is crazy, bro.
Yeah. Like I was saying, man, go read that book, man.
Hey, 400,000? Nigga, 400,000? Bro, like this shit, like no cap is crazy, bro.
It's insane, man.
400,000 nigga. So he really owed nigga not only the 400,000, he owed him the 132. So he owed him 532. See, because if you don't just get your money back, he's supposed to, after 5 months, he's supposed to get 532.
Yep. Because it's something that's an opportunity cost on the money that you gave him. The name of the book is called The Creature from Jekyll Island by G. Edward Griffin. It's an important book if you truly want to understand how the economy, monetary policy, and how things actually work, understanding that money is debt, how credit creation happens. Go out and read that book. You read that book, you will have a very firm understanding of the business cycle and what's going on. See, that's part of the problem. A lot of you find out about things in the middle of the bubble or towards the end. Most of the time when we're investing, we're the exit liquidity, right? So